Peter Nygard has avoided a trial here in Winnipeg after a provincial judge ordered a stay of proceedings. It all unfolded in court earlier today. CTV's Danton Unger joins us now live with the details. So Danton, why were the charges stayed against Nygard?
Because police lost decades-old evidence, which a provincial judge says resulted in a breach of Nygard's rights to a fair trial. Peter Nygard will not go to trial in Manitoba.
Well, obviously, he's satisfied with the outcome.
The 84-year-old former fashion mogul was facing charges of sexual assault and unlawful confinement. But on Wednesday, Judge Mary Kate Harvey ordered a stay of proceedings, saying Nygard's charter rights were breached after police lost decades-old evidence. There is significant prejudice to the ability of counsel to make full answer in defense, and therefore to the accused's right to a fair trial, Harvey wrote in her 41-page decision. Nygard was charged in 2023 after a woman came forward alleging she was locked in a suite and sexually assaulted in 1993 during a visit to Nygard's warehouse in Winnipeg. Court heard following the alleged assault, police conducted a brief wellness check with the woman, and a week later, RCMP took a full statement at her home in Vancouver. But any notes or records from those interactions are gone, either lost or purged from police databases in the 3 decades since. It is critically important that police forces take appropriate steps to ensure that communications with victims, even those that may be incomplete, not be purged from a police information storage system without appropriate evaluation, Harvey wrote in her decision, calling this one of the clearest of cases warranting a stay of proceedings.
There is a fundamental unfairness to an accused where the evidence of what was said back then isn't available to them.
Nygard's lawyer Jerry Weeb says she hopes the outcome of this case can lead to improvements.
I can understand how, when a case ends the way that this one did, it's unsatisfying or it feels unfinished because it didn't end with a determination on the merits. But I think this is a learning experience for everyone involved.
But trauma therapist Shannon Maroney, who has advocated for victims of Nygard, says she worries about the message this sends to survivors.
They see what even this particular victim in this case has gone through, and they might be thinking, I'm better off just keeping this to myself. And that, I think, is one of the hardest parts to cope with this announcement.
In a statement, Manitoba's prosecution service says independent counsel is carefully reviewing the decision to assess if there's any basis for appeal. We also reached out to Vancouver RCMP for comment about the lost evidence and was told police will review the written decision and determine its impact on current operations. They add evidence collection and retention procedures have evolved considerably over the past 30 years.
So Danton, what does this all mean for Nygard's case going forward?
With this stay of proceedings, unless there's an appeal, that's it here in Manitoba. Nygard is currently serving an 11-year sentence in Ontario for 4 counts of sexual assault, though he is still facing sex assault charges in Quebec and an extradition to the United States on sex trafficking and racketeering charges.